Hey there, comic book fans. It's Christmas. No comic shop for me today. Matter of fact, I won't be able to make it until Saturday. But I am going to show you a few of the comic books I got for Christmas, plus a little art supplies. We'll give you a little art supply haul too in the same video. But first, we're going to start with my top of the printer. Hey, what happened to the backing board in this? I took it out of its bag when I was looking up the guy's name. Top of my printer, Museum Comics for the week. We have got Marvel Team Up issue number 47, The Basilisk. This is the one that's continued into a Marvel 2-in-1 issue. And that's a Gil Kane and Joe Sinnott cover. And over here we've got Cherry Pop-Tart number 1. By Larry Wells, W-E-L-Z. This is the adult Archie comic-like one. This is I don't know what printing this is. I don't know how many printings this went through or anything like that, but this one's from 1982. Condemned by the Comics Cologne Conspiracy. Adults only, $2.50. So, you know, Larry Wells. I couldn't remember if his name was Larry. It's W-E-L-Z. I think he sells art on eBay. I've seen it. Kind of expensive, too. But those two are on the top of my printer all week. Now we'll put them away and pick up two new things. We'll show you a little art supply first. Here's something. I think they call this like an everyday carry bag. Why don't I just put one of my little sketchbooks in it? And some pens. I don't know if I'm going to carry it anywhere, but in case I am, I'm ready. One of the comics I got here is Sketches. It's got some glowing eyes, too. This is short stories by Hirokatsu Kihara, art by Junji Ito. I think that's it. He's the guy who did Junji Ito is the guy who did Spirals and other horror books. And in this one, from this side we get short stories with illustrations, and then there's from this side we get a short Junji Ito comic story. So this one is a comic read the Japanese way. So it's short stories and a comic book there. And to move back to art supplies, got some Sharpie click markers. I don't know if you ever used these before. They're just like Sharpies, except they click. You don't have to worry about caps on and off. You just click it. It's got a nice satisfying click, too. Very good fidget click. The click closes up, it seals up the tip, and then they pop out like that. You can see there. They pop out of that tip. So I had one of these for years and always meant to get a set. Got a set for Christmas. Then let's see. Here's what we got. Godzilla War for Humanity. IDW this is? Who is this? Yeah, IDW. I think there's 5 issues in this series by written by Andrew McLean, artwork by Jake Smith, letters by Russ Wootan, and the colors by Jake Smith, Valentino Pinto, and Rick Mack did the flags. But this is one I think I picked up like issue 2 and issue 5 or something like that off the shelf. But they were the only 2 issues I saw. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put my family gets these for me off of my Amazon wish list. So I have a whole bunch of things on my Amazon wish list, and they just pick something that intrigues them and get it. So I decided rather than track down the issues, I'll just get the trade paperback of this one and give it a read. So I like that one. And then another art supply is Posca paint markers. I've been using a lot of acrylic paint markers lately, especially on some Funko Pops. I've been repainting with paint markers, the kind that's got the ball in it. And let's see, I think that the tip starts out all clear, so I got to shake up the paint, press down on the tip, and all the paint saturates the tip. That's how paint markers usually work. So I look forward to trying those out. And then let's see. Another comic. This one's been on my wish list, I think, since 2012. Messages in a Bottle, comic books by Bernie Krigstein. As it says back here, Bernie Krigstein applied all the craft, intelligence, and ambition of burgeoning serious artist achievements for working for comics in just over a decade, the 50s. He did a lot of stuff for EC. His most famous one is Master Race, which I think the Holocaust Museum in Auschwitz bought the original art from a couple of years ago. And there's Master Race. Oh, this binding is cracking. I don't think it was very well bound to begin with, and now it's 12 years old. Very famous master. Bernie writes, I think I read that this was the first dealing of the Holocaust in pop culture. The first sort of pop culture art to deal with the Holocaust was Master. I think it's from like 52 or something like that. But and he was one of these guys who he was a really creative cartoonist, and he eventually quit because, it's cartooning in the 50s, and I don't think he was making a lot of money, and it was infantilized by the comics code. So I think he went off and became a painter, a fairly successful one. He made his living that way the rest of his life, so he had to be. So got Messages in a Bottle. Looking forward to reading that one. And the last thing we'll show you from the haul are 3 little sketchbooks. This one's just a dollar store sketchbook my mother found at the dollar store and got for me so I could try it out. This one is one I bought. It's the visual journal. It's multimedia. I've already used 3 of this particular type of sketchbook to make textures with brush and ink and whatever else I can find in ink, and scan them in and use them digitally. So I make lots and lots of textures, and I'll make some more. I'll fill this book up with textures too, and scan them in, and use them digital. And this is one I just occasionally a sketchbook catches my eye. But I thought it came with a stick. This is actually a pencil. There's no markings on it. It looks a little crooked and hand carved, but it's an actual pencil. I don't know what kind. This is just what size is this? It's like 5.5 by 8, I think is the standard. 5.5 by 8 and 8.5. That's like a standard size. But this one just caught my eye. Basic sketchbook. I use this size all the time for things. So it was on my Amazon wish list. So one of my family got it for me. I like that nice lilac color too. Let me show you a little of my work before we go. What do we got back here? Dreams of Things, number 258. When did I finish this one? October 28th. So 2 months ago I finished this one. That strange person looking at us. There's only hints of people looking at us in this. Because that one big eye isn't really a person. And that's kind of, what is that? Is that I don't know, is that a sculpture? Is that a person? And we get 2 people on either side, 2 purple people just kind of looking at us. Just each with one. That guy doesn't even have one eye looking at us. It's behind the logo. This guy's got one eye looking at us. But the big all-seeing eye, which we don't even know what it is looking at us. I kind of like the way that one came out. That's a little bit of my asymmetrical symmetry, too, because at first it looks symmetrical, but it's not really. There's more distance here than there is here. There's probably other things that I made asymmetrical, like, let's see, down here, this isn't quite in the middle. There's less over here than over here of that wooden panel. So it's what I call asymmetrical symmetry. It gives you some of the benefits of symmetry without the static drawback of it when you make it just slightly off. And there's that just came, this is I think I've showed this before when I did a Veronica cover, mixed it with one of my Painted Ladies covers. I don't know, I was just having fun one day with that one. All right, some comic books, some art supplies, and you guys have a good Christmas.